don't necessarily have someone that can really whittle down this high-lows as much as possible in a quick span of time. So a really beefy front lines, we do have really strong control coming in from Guinevere and the Juicin, while in the meantime, Claude and Paquito, you know, they have their power spikes in their own respective times of the game.
Yeah, and the Valier will be that mid lane of choice once again, going for that team fight capability together with that individualness, right? If Valier gets jumped on, does have the ability to push the assailant away, trying to push the Paquito away. Yeah, and with Purify as well. So definitely you want to just have that bit of individuality. So I really like the draft coming out from the side of Team Vietnam. Becomes much more pronounced.
There we go. 4 members from the side of, 3 members from the side of Team Vietnam. Looks to be very aggressive down in the middle lane. Unfortunately, the Ling did not have any opportunity to go in, while Guinevere, on the other hand, found the opportunity onto the side of Van Dat.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, right, that Valier did not go for the Purify against a Guinevere, and this is going to be hurting so much as we see Tarizla almost getting taken out here, and Xiaoqi in no man's land will be eventually taken out. As Team Vietnam, they do
only get to level 6, but Afan is definitely way above all of that.
Yeah, now with the initiation coming in, Violet Requiem not able to catch because there is that disrupt coming out from the side of Van Dat at this point.
Yep, he's not going to be caring about too much of that because the ultimate is essentially a free cleanse. Now, right now, down to the bottom lane, Toto trying to get a kill down on Afan, but unfortunately wasn't able to get a final hit in, and he went all in for that. The rest of the members coming from Team Vietnam wanted to come in to help things out. Unfortunately, now they're in a tough spot, and Danlan will go down together with Toto.
Yeah, that would have been a great news for the side of Team Vietnam if they were able to
walk right in.
Yeah, and now it becomes a question of whether or not they're going to keep that macro control, especially if they're able to play cross-map coming in from Satodo, but now with the Glorious Pathway.
It's really tough for them to do anything at this point in time, as now another one sends up to the sky, and there's going to be Nocturne. He fell down and fell hard. Vietnam. They're on a really difficult spot. Toto does not have any farm, and unfortunately, oh no, not another one of fun. He is just not caring about anything at all. Well, the penalty zone did manage to come out, but that's not going to do too much to Afan. And it finally went down after that fatal links, but that is a lot of utility used by Vietnam.
Yeah, great response coming out from the side of Team Indonesia to just get the macro play going on the top side. Toto in a lot of trouble here as Dalvin, he's just going to dive in here, not giving a care into the world. Just space to work with. Now Delvin might be in a bit of trouble here.
They're trying to greed out right now for the side of Team Vietnam. They're constantly just trying to join into these fights and hoping that they will be able to get something. But right now the Fatal Links are going to be conducted down, and in the meantime it's just going to be Delvin is just constantly just waving up the lantern onto the opponents as much as possible. To see immunity coming in from Nocturne, he will be able to get away. While in the meantime, middle lane, Vietnam not being able to get himself right out of the grasp of Delvin.
And the thing is, the Harif did have that
jump onto Vietnam, but at this point, Team Vietnam, they shouldn't try to control their own jungle. Right now, the rest of the map is coming from the side of Indonesia. They will take the reins and take down Nocturne, while Team Vietnam, they're hoping that they will be able to fight back. The Blazing Duet coming from all the way from behind. They right, takes one down for himself. But finally, Toto picks one for himself. 2-3 is to 1 is the current scoreline for this Ling. He gotta have to hop away. But will he be able to successfully do that? Doesn't seem like it. Delvin takes one for the team.
Very heads-up play coming in from the side of Delvin. That trade was actually favoring Team Vietnam until Delvin got that finish onto Toto at that point. Now, with that
turret, but he's just going to be wrapped right in chains due to the fatal links. They will be able to take down the inhibitor turret down to the bottom lane as well. Glorious Pathway pushes the rest of Team Vietnam away in fear of a fast-moving, hasted Indonesia.
And now Toto is still trying to make his best out in that back line, uses the Tempest of Blades, will be able to get away, but Dingarai is on that job so far and takes out Toto. And unable to get that macro gameplay, unable to get that cross-map gameplay as well. And we saw the Nocturne using Atlas, getting that Fatal Links, not committing the Flicker actually, only onto one target. And that might be just too little too late here.
We've got to conceal. They're looking for an opportunity, but here we go. Even when it comes down to Glorious Pathway, they wasn't able to get themselves super deep into that fight. But at least they do have Nocturne, and they try to bring him down. Brings him all the way down to 1/3 of a HP, but did not want to completely go too far.
Yeah, at this point, Team Indonesia, they know what they're fighting for. They're not...
The entire team comp of Indonesia would not be afraid of Vietnam all the way until 18 plus minutes.
Oh, look at Shoki.
It does seem like Shoki is trying to go for a little bit here, but he's all the way at the back line trying to go for a tad bit of Brosy. Flickers in, but unfortunately the steering torn will push him back a little bit. But it's going to be A-okay for now. But here comes Alan and draws Dodo all the way down to the bottom. Goes for 3 swords, but unfortunately wasn't able to do anything with any of those swords. As Fan pushes himself right into his face. 4 members down, and Garai cleans it all up with a quick blazing to it. And Indonesia will march it right down from the top lane, and they will end this game with no problems at all.
Perfect map presence to end the situation there. Clean sandwich from the Paquito player Shoki, aka Nino, and pulling it off from the backside. You saw Delvin just going ham, making sure that...
Melissa, is not going to be very easy to assassinate at this point. Feels a lot more divey for Indonesia.
Yeah, they still need something to just kind of have the damage.
There we go, the dive.
Yeah, so they go for the Harley. Yes, I kind of like it, but at the same time, it goes against what they want to play, right? Where the Zaman's Force, yes, it's going to be a great tool, but they don't have that typical front line. So they're really, really relying on the Shifting Skies. If this was a team that really knows how to play against the Sora, once that Shifting Skies is gone, Team Vietnam can go in for that just execution. Because
the northern part of the map, this elevates Indonesia in that kind of extent.
Ready, early game skirmish coming through from the side of Alexander as he puts in that flicker. That first blood, really thirsty for it so far.
Oh, immediately with the flicker coming from the side of Nokrang, goes straight in and gets a kill down onto Dingarai. Not going to be able to do that over to Alexander. We've got a turtle that's already been popped right out, and Alexander is looking for an opportunity, although only at level 3. Turtle takes down the turtle with no problems whatsoever, but Indonesia does seem like they're not going to allow Vietnam to run away with that. They bring Noctrang down, and now up to the northern side, we do have the Shifting Skies down over to the side of Guinevere, but unfortunately, the fight is going to go completely on the opposite end. As such, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, make that 1-for-2 trade. Team Vietnam is actually having a pretty good time on top of that. Alexander puts his face right in the face of Tanlam. I don't know how that happened, but we are starting to lose more members from Southern Vietnam.
And Team Vietnam, they respond extremely well against...
Great start for him.
Yeah, and so far, that Guinevere pressure is going to start to mount in terms of that Arlie versus the Guinevere. But looking at that top lane going through, Shouty, not going to be long for life here on the Paquito as Kan Lam does go down.
Yep.
And for Team Vietnam, they've been doing a great job of keeping map presence so far. Noctrong now in a position to fight here.
They do have Delvin who will be able to walk himself right out of the team fight. He's going to be fine, all right. RWM popped right out. Van Dut hoping that he will be able to stay alive, but unfortunately would not be able to do at all. Xiaoji was a bit too annoying for him, and in the end, it is going to be a pretty good kill that will be credited in.
Yeah, Toto trying to get out, but Dingarai is here on the scene here, and that's going to be 3 kills the way of Team Indonesia as it swings towards...
of, deficit in order for a Paquito to not be able to do anything. But here we go, Toto jumping on the Delvin, but unfortunately that is a pretty good fatal lanes going in. Bring Toto down, and they are hoping they will be able to do enough over to Tan Lam.
Yeah, great real-world manipulation coming out from the side of Team Vietnam, but slightly not enough. And now Melissa in a lot of trouble here, not able to get out. And that's the problem with the Melissa, right? You have to inspire, you don't have the survivability. Now we do have the stick coming through from the side of the glue, trying to do what they can. They will get Dingarai down for the side of Team Vietnam so far.
Yep, pretty good. But now Noctrong, he really needs to run back and really help Van Dart, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case at all. So right now, the mobility of Noctrong is not going to do anything. In fact, it's going to be difficult, but hey, at least it is Tan Lam. He's got a lot of damage for himself, and that's fine and dandy. Right now, without Alexander, this might actually be a really good fight for the side of Vietnam, but unfortunately, the Shifting Sky coming in from the side of Xiaoqi will be able to do quite a lot of damage over to the side of Toto. Brings him down, while in the meantime, Vietnam, I don't know how, but he manages to take down the turtle as well.
Yeah, so against a Paquito, but now they have kind of a weird pickoff lineup, and they're still going for it.
What a burst, but wait a second, Tan Lam, he will survive from all of that. Well, in the meantime, the RWM is going to be popping right in the middle of the fight. That's not going to helping him at all. Delvin brings him down pretty effectively, and yet another pickup over to the side of Vietnam, thanks, of course, to the lanterns.
Yeah, Todo unable to initiate the fight for their in preparation for these next team fights. But we do have Team Indonesia. They're just falling in here. Todo might be in a lot of trouble here.
Well, he overextended, or rather not overextended. He overstayed his welcome down in the bottom lane. Technically, he should have expected that he stayed, more than 2 seconds, a little bit too long, and everyone just comes flooring down.
Yeah, and there was great movement coming in from side of Team Indonesia. Now with that Lord capability up in that mid lane as well, that Holy defense is going to be put under breach here as Team Indonesia.
Oh, unfortunately, the Holy defense was not able to blast that Lord, and that is actually going to mean quite a lot. So now the Lord will be tanking up quite a bit of the damage, while in the meantime, Team Indonesia, they will be focusing quite a lot of their firepower up to the top lane, bring Tanlam down. The fight is going to be continuing, while in the meantime, the Valiant Requiem lands on over to the side of Delvin, while Glue possessing down over to the Alexander. And I'm not too sure whether this will do anything at all, but once he comes out of that, Nocturne is in a bad spot. With the Zaman Force, it brings him down.
Yeah, currently they're still trying to deal with the creep wave problem that is in their base. And we did see the combo coming out from the side of Tanlam. Almost!
Indonesia don't want to be too far in, or maybe on the other hand. As you can see, it is going to be 1v3, and Indonesia looks for the opportunity and will jump in and proxy out, ensuring that this fight will be split into two, and making sure that Tanlam would not be able to come in to help out. Alexander lands onto the Fatal Links and being able to get a kill down to Tanlam, while Dingarai went so far and deep in, all by himself, while the rest of the members from the side of Team Indonesia, they will focus down over to Nocturne, bringing him down once and for all, a complete wipeout.
A great split fight coming in from the side of Team Indonesia. If you notice where the Zaman's Force was, it was in that inhibitor turret, taking out 2 members, and now Team Indonesia, they will have nobody stopping them, as Vietnam is 2 seconds away, and that's 2 seconds too late, as Team Indonesia will be taking a clean 2-0 victory. Looks scrappy, but still clean 2-0.
Yeah, it is really scrappy, but hey, it's not about the process, it's about the result. And Team